Get huge savings all summer long with the Buy Here, Sell Here program at the Team Automotive Group. Sell your vehicle to us and we'll pay you top value. Or buy here and get a 90-day warranty on the purchase of a pre-owned vehicle. Get Team VIP service at every location of the Team Automotive Group.
That would be concerning and maybe set a precedent moving forward.
If you have plans to be outside, you might hit a couple of these little passing showers.
A drug bust and a few arrests made. Look at what they hauled in here.
Good Thursday morning to you. Your time now is 7:03. Thanks for switching over and joining us here on WAFB Plus. As we face this day before Friday, just know we're looking at our Sky 9 camera, and while the shot is beautiful, I mean, the sun is up over the capital city, this color, this yellow to orange gradient is something that you might see a lot of today. Dr. Steve Caprott has been tracking our weather for us this Thursday. And Steve, hearing the words heat advisory again today, it's been a minute.
I know, we had so many of these and the excessive heat warnings throughout the summer. A little break in those recently, but heat advisory, it's back. Yeah, we've got that in effect through 7 o'clock locally. It's the combination of what will be temperatures up around 100 this afternoon. And when you factor in the humidity, heat index numbers, that could get to 110 or above. We're starting out warm this morning, mid-70s to around 80. Baton Rouge 79, Gonzales-Patterson at 77 degrees. Not going to take long to really heat up. I've got us into the mid-80s by 9 o'clock. Mid-90s by noon, mainly dry this morning. A high not shown on this graphic, but 101. That would be a new record high. Today's record is 99. And some scattered storms developing later today into this evening. Let's take a look at that on Futurecast, the HRRR. What you'll see here is the morning largely expected to stay dry, mostly sunny skies. As we get into the afternoon, even at 3 o'clock, not seeing all that much showing up, couple of spotty showers. It's not long after that, though, that the HRRR has things really starting to pick up. So here we are at 5 o'clock now. Scattered storms developing, moving north to south. Pause again at 7 o'clock. Scattered storms continuing to develop. And even through sunset and a little bit beyond, it holds on to some of those storms. That's approaching midnight now, so there could be some rain hanging on late tonight. Now, one thing to note is the Storm Prediction Center has a 1 out of 5 marginal risk of severe weather from northwest Louisiana through central Louisiana into areas just northwest of Baton Rouge. Even though we're not officially under a severe weather threat, I would not be surprised by a couple of strong storms later today and this evening. When you see those north to south moving storms, they tend to be a little bit stronger. I think if we do get any stronger storms, damaging winds would be the main concern. The other thing we're tracking this morning, that's a weak cool front that's just to our north. That'll be slowly sliding down our way, but should make it down to the coast on Saturday. And as it does so, we'll start to see some drier air arriving over the weekend, lower humidity as well. Let's check in on the tropics. Gulf of Mexico is all quiet. I wanted to point out on the eastern Pacific side, that is a Category 5 hurricane. That is Hova there. The good news is that one stays out over the open ocean, so not really bothering land areas. On the Atlantic side, of course, we have Hurricane Lee. We have a strong tropical wave behind it that looks like it's on the verge of becoming our next tropical depression. Lee showing some signs of getting better organized overnight and this morning, starting to see those storms really fire around the center and trying to wrap around the core here. So probably going to see some more strengthening through the day today. As of the 4 a.m. advisory, maximum winds 80 miles per hour, but you see forecasts to quickly become a major hurricane, Category 3 by tomorrow, a strong Category 4 over the weekend, and the forecast takes it just shy of Category 5 intensity, so certainly could happen. Still looks like this moves just a little bit north of the islands. That's good news. Notice, though, it starts to slow down early next week, so we're going to be talking about this one for a while. Still uncertain on any potential U.S. impacts. We feel more confident that this not very likely to move into the Gulf of Mexico, but the East Coast will have to continue to keep an eye on it. And then again, the wave behind it, now development odds up to 90%. The remnants of Franklin up here in the North Atlantic, only a 10% chance of redevelopment. Today, through about the first half of Saturday, still some scattered storms around us. That cool front slowly sinks down to the south, but I think by Saturday afternoon we're mainly dry. So for Southern LSU home openers, should be dry and actually feeling a little bit better as humidity drops. And look at what happens when the humidity drops. Morning lows in the upper 60s Sunday and Monday. Afternoon highs don't change much, mid to upper 90s. Kind of keep that going much of next week, and a few storms return the mid part of next week. Time now 7:07 with a check on your Thursday morning drive. Here's Johnny H.
Thank you very much, Steve Caparata. Good morning, and glad you're with us on WAFB 9 News right here on WAFB Plus every weekday morning at 7. 7:07 right now, coming in from Denham. We're bumper to bumper again before Jubin Crossing. It's actually slow coming out of Walker, as you can see in this far right side of your screen, and then from Jubin all the way to right before Pete's Highway, solid from Pete's Highway to Range. A little bit of a breakup as you approach the Amite River Bridge, and then it backs up, slows down again when you get into EBR. That is a live shot, not stuck shot, of I-12 westbound at Jubin. That's going toward Baton Rouge. Here's another live shot right past the Essen Lane area. There's the Essen Lane on-ramp right here to I-12 heading toward downtown. That's right before the 10-12 merge, so we're already up to 26 minutes coming in from Denham Springs, and you can see most of that Jubin to the Amite River, and then another 9 minutes from Millerville all the way into the 10-12 this morning. And that is our morning rush hour traffic that's kind of become our new normal from Denham Springs to Baton Rouge on the weekday mornings. Meanwhile, bridge traffic is still doing pretty good this morning coming into and out of Baton Rouge from Port Allen. 7:08, we do it every weekday morning, a condensed version of some of the big stories we hit you with this morning between 5 and 7 on 9 News this morning. In case you didn't hear them, we have a major big story here and the very latest on what's going on with that. Studio B with Liz Coe.
That's it, Johnny. As soon as we sent out that alert through the 9 News app, we've been following this since about 5:30 this morning. The headline here, 1 killed in Baton Rouge early Thursday morning. This is a deadly shooting off of Geronimo Street. In fact, our crew got called out here, and you're getting video. That's what you're looking at as investigators with the Baton Rouge Police Department kind of scour the scene there at Geronimo Street. We're told one person was killed here, a male. Aside from that, we don't know much else about the victim. We don't know what led up to this deadly shooting. All we know is that it happened at around 5:30 sometime this morning. We know that Baton Rouge Police and first responders with the EMS also responded to this. We're working to get more information again about what happened here and whether that area is still blocked off for that investigation. We'll let you know as we get updates on this story. But that's not the only shooting that we're talking about this morning. Mind the ad here. That's kind of what happens when you open up the web story. We're also learning about an argument over a basketball game that led to a shooting at a Breck Park. This happened at the Ann Breck Park there on Stilt Street. So this one is actually something that we've been following since overnight hours. We're told that a teenager was injured in this shooting, but it again started after an argument over a basketball game where one person just started shooting into a car. Well, 3 people were into the car, and this happened here on Stilt Street. So let's get you that map. That's the Anna T. Jordan Community Park. That's kind of where it happened there. We're still working to learn more details of who may be the suspect in this case. Police have not named one, but again, just know the teenager injured in this shooting is expected to be okay. It has been a busy morning in Baton Rouge as Baton Rouge fire investigators have been working this arson investigation that actually started as a previous arson investigation. So this is a look at the scene when Baton Rouge firefighters rolled up to this fire here on Annette Street. It's actually of a vacant house fire that caught twice. So 9 o'clock last night, Baton Rouge firefighters were called out to Annette Street, the 4700 block, for a house that caught on fire. Now, investigators believe that it was intentionally set on fire. Well, around 2:30 this morning, we get an update saying a house on Annette Street caught on fire. Turns out it's the very same one. Baton Rouge fire investigators letting us know that this investigation is ongoing, kind of merging at this point as they figure out how it started here. We're told that they maintained and contained that fire around to the surrounding homes. But again, this vacant home here, it's looking like a loss on Annette Street. We're going to keep our eyes on this as this investigation develops, but we also want to let you know about some election races we've been keeping our eyes on. Chris Rosado was talking about the Ascension Parish Sheriff's race yesterday. The incumbent, Sheriff Bobby Weber, is running against C.J. Matthews, who's also been a longtime member of the Ascension Parish Sheriff's Office. The interesting here to note is that they're family members, right? We've got the family by marriage, and if you scroll down, you can see how this election is kind of causing some tense emotions in this family here. So if you'd like to read about the back and forth and why there might be this tension, well, you can read this story in the 9 News app. Chris Rosado spoke with both of them, talking about what they believe is best for the parish and the sheriff's office. Also keep in mind voter registration. Important to note here as we talk about the elections, the deadline to register to vote is going to be next Wednesday, September 13th. If you do it by going to the OMB office, or if you do it by doing it via mail. If you register to vote through the GoVote app or the GoVote website, you have until September 23rd to register to vote or make any changes. Like, let's say you moved or changed your name by marriage or whatever. All those changes can be made September 23rd. Keeping our eyes on a couple things happening today and beyond, we want to let you know that the East Baton Rouge Parish School System is hosting a job fair, a hiring event for workers to fill this the need for bus drivers. That's happening tomorrow at the instructional facility there. Let's see, on Foster Drive. So this is happening tomorrow between 1 and 3 p.m. Here's the key. They are actually offering incentives for you to become a bus driver. They're paying and for you to get your commercial driver's license, paying for the training for you to do just that. If you're interested, part-time workers, we're told that pay starting out at $13 an hour. Also looking for some full-time positions. If you're interested, we've got those details waiting for you on the website. We also want to let you know, as we still cover the transportation issues, we want to let you know about that meeting tonight. They're having a special board meeting specifically talking about transportation solutions. This is a quickly evolving process we know a lot of parents want answers to. So there's a meeting at 5 o'clock tonight. This comes before the regular bi-weekly scheduled meeting for the school board. We're going to let you know what comes out of this. In the meantime, they want parents to be aware that they're sending kids home with bus cards. This is really important for you to enter all of that information, your child's name, their address, the school they attend. They're looking to see how to make the bus routes more efficient, whether that means moving bus stops, alternating bus routes, changing bus routes. They're going to look at all those things once they get those cards back and then figure out what is the best plan moving forward. So again, we're going to have our eyes on that meeting tonight and let you know what comes out of it. In the meantime, on this Thursday morning, Johnny, Steve, it is a hot morning, and Johnny, it looks like traffic letting up a little bit there.
Just a tiny bit, not quite backed up before Juban, but I-12 is backed up at Juban all the way into EBR. Boy, a busy day in the newsroom today.
Whew.
Yeah, it really has been. And, you know, weather could get a little busier later today. It's going to be heat for much of the day, making the headlines. 101 for high, that'll be another record. But keep an eye out. I think some storms developing late today, and wouldn't be surprised a couple of those are strong.
Darn it, I got to mow.
Always good idea to have that WAFB weather app, which you can also access traffic cameras too. It's a great resource. Speaking of resources, we'll update you in about 10 minutes.
Get yourself summer ready with the award-winning lineup of Hondas at Team Honda. We'll help you find just the right vehicle to hit the road to whatever destination awaits you. Come shop the most awarded brand in Car and Driver's 10 Best history at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda on Siegen Lane.